Have you ever looked at a weather map and just felt completely lost? All those lines and symbols and letters. It feels like you're trying to crack some kind of secret code. Well, guess what? It's not a secret code at all. It's a story. And today, we're going to learn how to read it.
Yeah, I know, this looks complicated, right? But believe it or not, every single one of those lines, every letter, it's a word in the story of our weather. It's this incredible tale of wind and rain and sunshine that's constantly unfolding right above our heads. So, what if you could actually understand it?
And here's the thing. I promise you, in just the next few minutes, we are going to crack this code together. You'll be able to look at a chart just like this and see the atmospheric drama playing out clear as day.
All right, so first things first. What even is this thing we're looking at? It's called a synoptic chart. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a weather selfie for a huge area. It captures one single moment in time, showing us pretty much everything we need to know about what the atmosphere is up to.
Okay, so every story has its own language, right? Well, the language of weather is all about air pressure. If you can get your head around this, you've basically learned the grammar of the sky. It is the key that unlocks absolutely everything else.
You see all these swirling lines? They're called isobars. And here's a great way to think about them. They're basically the contour lines on a map, but for the atmosphere. Instead of showing you mountains and valleys on the ground, they show you the invisible mountains and valleys of air pressure all around us.
And here is their first big secret. Look how close together these lines are. Whenever you see isobars packed tightly like this, it means one thing: strong winds. It's a huge pressure difference over a small area, and the air is just rushing to even things out. That's what gives us those really blustery, windy days.
And you guessed it, when the isobars are spread way out, it's the total opposite. The pressure change is really gentle, which means you're looking at a calm, settled day with maybe just a light breeze. It's such a simple rule, but so powerful for forecasting.
So what's actually causing all these pressure changes? Well, it all boils down to two main players: highs, marked with an H, and lows, marked with an L. Think of them as the engines of our weather. In a high, you've got air sinking down. It warms up, it dries out, and bam, clear, settled skies. But in a low, air is rising, it's cooling down, condensing, and that's where you get your clouds and rain. Now, have you ever noticed they spin in different directions? That's all thanks to the Earth's rotation, something called the Coriolis effect. It gives the air a little nudge, making highs spin clockwise and lows spin counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. They're these two giant opposing forces that create pretty much all the weather we experience.
All right, so we've got our highs and lows, these giant engines of weather. But what happens when these different air masses actually meet? Well, that's where fronts come in. These are the battle lines in the sky. It's where warm air and cold air clash, and it's where the really dramatic weather kicks off.
Okay, so you're going to see three main types of fronts on these charts. First up, the cold front, that blue line with the spiky triangles. Think of this as a bulldozer of cold air. It just aggressively shoves warmer air up and out of the way. And that rapid lift creates these big, towering clouds that give us intense showers and gusty winds. Then you've got the warm front, the red line with the little semicircles. This is a much more gentle takeover. The later warm air kind of slides up and over the colder air. This creates that widespread, thickening cloud and that steady, drizzly rain that can just go on for hours. And finally, the occluded front, that purple one with both symbols. This is basically what happens when a speedy cold front catches up to and overtakes a warm front. It often means the storm system is starting to fizzle out.
Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this all plays out in the real world. We're going to look at a pretty famous weather event. You might remember it, the Beast from the East, from back in 2018. Let's see how the synoptic charts told its story before it even happened.
So if we look back at the charts from that week, you can literally watch the story unfold. You see this massive high-pressure system just sitting over Scandinavia, totally stubborn. Its clockwise flow starts pulling this bitterly cold air straight from Siberia. As that freezing air travels over the North Sea, which is relatively warm, it just soaks up a ton of moisture. And then, the final piece of the puzzle, it collides with a low-pressure system moving in from the Atlantic. You've got the cold air, you've got the moisture, and you've got the powerful lift from that low. It was the perfect storm, and it led to one of the biggest snowfalls in years. And the amazing thing? The charts were showing this was coming.
See? That whole massive event? It was written right there, in the language of pressure and fronts. And now, guess what? It's your turn to be the forecaster. You've got the tools, you've seen how it works in the real world, and you are totally ready to start reading the weather story for yourself.
So, the next time you pull up a weather map, here's your 5-step game plan. Step 1, Find the highs and the lows. Get the big picture. Step 2. Check the spacing on those isobars to get a feel for the wind speed. Remember, close together means windy. Step 3. Follow the fronts. That's where all the action is. Step 4. Check the wind direction. It tells you where the air is coming from. And finally, Step 5. Watch how the whole pattern shifts from day to day to see where it's all headed. With just those 5 steps, you can unlock the story of the sky.
Because that's really what a weather map is, right? It's a script for the sky. It is the world's oldest drama, this epic story of pressure, temperature, and moisture playing out above our heads every single day. And now, you can read the script. So what story is the sky going to tell you tomorrow?